We got a question from Stephen in Brookhaven. It says, we're selling our home and I want to be prepared for any capital gains taxes we will owe. We've lived in our home for 15 years, so our gains will be really large. Well, the nice thing is that IRS Code Section 121, which is IRS Section 121 exemption, says that if you've lived in the home as your principal residence for a minimum of 2 of the last 5 years, then there should be no capital gains taxes up to $250,000 for a single person, up to $500,000 for a married couple. So, Stephen, I don't know if you're married or not, but if you are and you have $400,000 worth of gains and you've lived there 2 of the last 5 years, there should not be any tax consequences whatsoever. I know if you're nervous about tax consequences, then Stephen, you have got to be happy and feeling rich at this point that there will be no tax consequences. It's one of the few things where you can sell and make a gain and have no tax consequences whatsoever. We had a client who had a daughter who had moved to California, and she bought a home. Long story short, we talk about all the research. The disclosure paperwork was not issued correctly by the buyer's agent. And so she wound up buying a home. This buyer had a real high sensitivity to mold and mildew, and turns out that the problem had the house had a mold problem, which was remediated when the house was rebuilt. But the buyer did not know that, because had she known it, she would have certainly not bought the home, because she was already at a heightened sensitivity to it anyway. Well, long story short, she had to sell it within that 2-year time frame. So she had never lived there for 2 years. She really only lived there for a few months because she had to move out. Well, long story short, that Section 121 also has some special exemptions for people who are relocated for their job or have to move for medical reasons. So it's not just that you have to have lived there 2 of the last 5 years in order to not have any gains. There are other ways for you to not owe any capital gains taxes as well.